Greetings and welcome to Factorio Space Age. In this tutorial, we are going to demystify quality. Now, you might have heard a lot about it. It might break your brain, but I promise after this tutorial, it will no longer do so. So what is quality and what does it actually do for you? So quality is created in machines that have these modules. If you do not use these modules, you will never get anything of different quality. Now, quality is shown at the bottom here of this list. You can have 5 different kinds, and those kind of relate to the MMO ratings of normal, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Just to, use gamer lingo, it made sense, so that's what they're using. Now, what does quality affect exactly? If we go to the Factoriopedia, this is the easiest place to check where things are affected. One of the most important items of quality is solar panels. These guys, you can see what is affected by looking at the little blue diamonds. So these have better base health, but more importantly, they have much better max output. Even just an uncommon one is 78 kilowatts compared to the normal 60 kilowatts. And as you see, a legendary is almost 3 times what the normal one can produce. And then other ones that you are definitely going to want to go for are the asteroid grabbers, asteroid collectors. You get an awesome whole extra collection arm just to have an uncommon one. So I like to try to build these as early as possible. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 2 different ways to get quality items. Now, the first way is to put quality modules in machines. And initially, you are going to get, with research, the quality module 1, which gives you a quality percentage at the very bottom there of plus 1%. So the earliest you can see stuff coming out is in machines where you have where they make thousands. Like this has made 81,000 green circuits, this one machine. This one's made 79,673. And so over time, you are going to get lots of quality ingredients. Now, these have been pilfered recently, I can tell, because lots of times I have to extend and make many, many chests of all of these different quality ingredients. Like you can see the red chips, we haven't used as many of those, and we still have hundreds in there, possibly thousands. And again, these are machines that are making lots and lots of repetitions of items. And blue chips, I'm pretty sure there's going to be very few in here. Yep, there aren't any rare ones because we've been using them for very specific things, as I will show you in just a second. I'm trying to be very careful about how I present this because things are a little bit... they can be a tiny bit confusing. Okay, so we've gone over, you can chance them, or it's not so much a chance as in a sort of 2% ratio of items is going to be these quality modules. You saw one just put into there. So what do you do with these quality products? You can't exactly, surf on a green circuit or something like that. Well, you can make guaranteed items. So here's an asteroid collector setup that I want to make a quality one with. And the biggest question I've gotten, or the most frequent question is, well, if I just put some normal ingredients and some quality ones, will it have a different percentage of completing the quality product? The answer to that is it's not possible. You can think of quality as different, paint jobs. So if you're looking for a green painted asteroid collector, you need green painted low density structures, green engines, and green processing units. Will a gray one, a normal one work? No, gray doesn't go with the green colored asteroid collector. Neither does blue. You cannot put a higher quality in there either. Just think of them as completely separate items that are like painted different colors, and they have to match the color of the item that they are made into. So as you see, the asteroid collector needs 20 low density structures that are of uncommon quality. And it's has electric engine units. It's double the amount. That's why I'm checking the recipe. 8 of these and 5 processing units in order to guarantee an uncommon asteroid collector. And so to that end, to get the, well, now looks like they changed the recipe again. They had it the other day where this required a long arm inserter. So I had this chain of items being created, as in this inserter is grabbing stuff from here. This used to be a prerequisite of the asteroid collector, but as you see, it is no longer. The devs have been changing the recipes just a little bit in this spin up to launch, so that's why that happened. But you can do that kind of with anything. And indeed, I have made some engine makers. Here we have here's the rare ones, and here are the uncommons. So these guys are getting what they need. Now, do note that fluids do not have quality. They have one quality, and there isn't anything else. So anyway, this has got an entire box full, which is kind of great. That's why this has been turned off. I think Matthias turned that off to stop making these guys. And I'm not sure why that got changed. That shouldn't have been changed. That's weird. But yeah. And when you have a lot of these things crafting, you may find yourself with the need to say, we have a little bit too many of these. Let's start recycling. And I don't know if I put down here. Yes, here's the thing. So I needed more fancy electric engines. And unfortunately, we were getting too many of the regular engines. And so I need it to make more. I need it to chance that quality and just make more, make more, make more. So what you do is you get this recycler, which is given to you on Fulgora with research. And if you put quality modules in this, you have a chance of getting quality output ingredients, which is kind of cool. So that's another way that you can get quality. I kind of forgot about that one in the intro. But yeah, if you put the best quality modules in here, you can get a percentage to get quality out. Now, do note that recyclers only give you 25% of the stuff back. They don't give you anywhere close to 100%. So be sure you really want to destroy stuff before you do this. A lot of the chests I have limited by inserters. So like, if a certain amount is above, 100, then it's going to recycle. And if not, otherwise it will just decimate your entire supply. So do be careful when you recycle things. But when you do this, you have a chance to get higher quality ingredients back. And it looks like it looks like it has recycled some blue engines. So I definitely need to stop that for now. That's got to be fixed. Definitely don't want that to happen. That's the only way you can get higher. No, actually you can chance it, but it does seem like there's a few too many of these ingredients that I'm thinking maybe it, yeah. No, but, oh no, it is chance. It is chance because these guys are being siphoned off. Now, why do I have all these siphons? Well, it's the same reason as I told you before. See, here's the siphon to take these off. It's right next to where they're crafted. Here's the siphon. And all you have to do is do a priority and do the filter quality greater than normal. And that will do everything that is not normal to the side and where it can be put into a chest and then used in the rest of the factory. So when do you start using quality modules? Honestly, I use them right from the beginning of the factory. As soon as I get the quality modules researched, I use them. And I use them in places like green circuits. And the reason that you siphon these off very early is the same I was talking about before. If these quality green chips get on the line, and say they go down here to the mall to make the splitter. The splitter wants normal green circuits. It will not take a quality green circuit. And so if you try to feed it one, it's going to back up this line. And then you won't get any movement on the belt, and then you have to clear the line. So it basically is a hassle. It's a contaminant, effectively. So that's why you need to siphon them off as soon as they are created. And when you start this from the very beginning of the game, you're not going to have fancy chests. You're just going to have regular chests, but that's okay. You kind of need to wait till you have robots to do a lot of the quality stuff anyway. But it's definitely worth producing these things very early on just so you get some. And you do not need to worry about quality. You don't need to stress over it or make fancy machines, which I'm going to show you in a bit. to try to gain quality. You can just do this very passively. And because of the very, very large amount of products these machines finish, you'll get that percentage. It's just as easy as that. Now, what items do you want to build with quality? Let's look at that. Now, the most important parts I would say to do with quality are to do with the spaceship. And the reason for that is when you have your ship, there is kind of a limited amount of space, because the heavier the ship is, the more fuel it's going to take to power it, to give it enough thrust to go to the next planet. So therefore, you want to have the spaceship as small as possible. If you are sharp-eyed, you'd probably already noticed these are uncommon solar panels. I try to put my best solar panels on the ship. If I have rare ones, I put rare ones, and these make a huge difference on your ship. Just a few of these can go from having, not enough energy to overproduction of energy. So you definitely want to have those for your ship. Again, the asteroid grabbers are amazing when they have 2 arms. I don't know if this one's going to have fun or not. But when they have 2 arms, they're much more efficient. They also have a slightly larger grab area. Oh, there you could see the couple of arms coming out there. So what else do we want to have? Well, on our spaceship, you also want your crushers to be upgraded. Okay, if we look in the Factoriopedia, we see the crusher right here. Crafting speed goes up with quality. That's the reason you want to have quality. Though that is kind of a side thing. The most important, by far, solar panels and asteroid grabbers. Definitely, most important. And I would definitely go on Novice and farm the items you need. I would definitely put blue circuits with quality, have engines with quality, and have low density structures. What I've done, I haven't made special arrays for this. These guys, these are the regular ones that are making low density structures for science and for everything else. But what have I done? I have, I've been naughty, because it looks like some quality stuff is not getting caught. It's on the wrong side. So I definitely need to put in another one of these. Let's just put this in over here. Okay, we'll put that there. And then grab a thing over here. Okay, there we go. Well then, that was good to catch that. So anyway, but this is just part of the regular production, and tiny little bits are going to get collected in the chests, and that's how it's going to work. So yeah, farm those items that you're looking forward to and that you need. Now, the other item that is super, super important is your power armor. Yeah, this one is hard because it requires many things. We already have one created. This was created just at the end of our last episode, so nobody got to claim it yet. Actually, it's going to be put into mech armor. It's going to be, that's part of the Fulgora items that you can make, and we are going to have to get all the other stuff. We need more processing units, more holmium plate, superconductors, and supercapacitors, all at rare quality. Now, I have all that set up already, so hopefully we'll get some in time. But yeah, it's a process to get these things by chance. So now that you know how to get them by chance, you know how to make them guaranteed by having the quality ingredients, let's go and look at a way to force things through and make quality items faster. Now we are here on my test map. It's like now we are on my test map, which is basically a sandbox scenario creative mode map. And I have built these recyclers for you, which are going to be in my blueprint book if you just want to copy them or just have a look at them either way. You can also download this Factorio test map so that you can play with it yourself on the map. And what these things are, there are 2 different versions of this. Now, the first one is a version that allows you to to keep the different chips that you create at the different qualities. What we have here is, this is the infinity chest, just feeding some electronic circuits. And what it's doing, it's going into these crushers, which have level 3 quality modules. And those guys give a total of 10% quality. And those are going on to create this stuff. They're recycling the green circuits, which gives us iron plates and copper coils. So as we go through this, we have anything that is uncommon siphoned here and put into an assembler that will make green circuits that are uncommon. And this thing, wow, how the heck did that get in there? I guess, how many has it made? Wow, okay. It's made 574, and it has actually made a legendary item. I guess we could possibly calculate the percentage from that. I didn't know that that was a thing. I was told it only does 2 quality levels above, but I guess it can make anything. However, when you first start playing the game, you will not have anything but rare unlocked. That's the highest you'll have unlocked. You have to research the epic on Gleba and legendary on Aquilo. So those are kind of out of reach in the beginning of the game, so don't even try for it. But anyway, that's amazing. Wow, that's so cool. Anyway, this machine basically just recycles stuff and allows you to have different grades, because maybe you don't want the highest level of everything. Maybe you just want a bunch of uncommon solar panels instead of going for the highest, because you need many of them, because it is much more difficult to get higher level stuff. So this recycles the ingredients, and then the ingredients, the regular ones, then go and are made into regular chips again. And I guess I could have a siphon to siphon off any fancy chips, but it's not likely that these guys are going to create any legendary components. So it's okay if they are, even if we get an uncommon chip or a rare one, it's fine if it gets recycled, because it's going to give us recycled components. Now this is an overflow over here. So it measures this belt, and if stuff is backed up to that belt, we start recycling some of the wire and stuff. So let's see, if this is greater than 3, I should do greater than 4 maybe here, so that it makes sure to, hello? If it's greater than 4, okay, it's mostly disabled. I think sometimes there's a lot coming through. Okay, and that's okay. I mean, these don't have to run all the time. So then the next machine is a little bit more comprehensive, basically saying, okay, if it is anything other than legendary, we don't want it, and we're going to recycle it all. So this has the very same setup initially, except these guys output to a belt, and that belt gets immediately recycled into new components. And remember, when you recycle a fancy chip, then these guys have a chance to boost it to the next level. So if you recycle a blue chip, you're going to get blue ingredients out, and you may get purple ingredients. So, or legendary for that matter. This also has the same kind of output where it detects what's on that belt, just to do some overflow, cleanup and stuff like that. And yeah, that's how this one works. So this is kind of like all about the legendary. How many chips we got? 4 legendary chips. This is definitely an end game activity because, like I said, it destroys 75% of the output. So it's not something you want to do. Oh, did you see that was a purple came out? Wow. Okay. And so some of this comes out, has a chance to become legendary. Anyway, this is basically a material sink. You're going to waste a lot of material doing this. So this is not something for early game. You definitely don't want to do this for early game. Instead, just rely on, the chancing from the regular assemblies, and you should be fine. As a final note, let's look at the other items that I would recommend getting upgraded machines for. Furnaces, or Furni, if you follow our series. These guys have a higher crafting speed. That is really, really nice to have on the ship, especially since that is a limiting factor in many cases to create ammo and stuff. The same thing goes with assemblers. You're going to want to have higher level and faster assemblers. Also the chemical plants. These guys, very especially important in the early part of the game. Later, you're going to get better fuel recipes that instead of producing 75 at a time, they produce 1,000 point something at a time. So early on, getting nicer chemical plants is definitely the thing. Now, to get these onto the ship, I highly recommend that you put them in the rocket by hand, because you're not going to have a lot. You may have like 4 fancy solar panels, 4 rare ones, maybe 10 green ones or 20 green ones. So just load them all into the rocket by hand so you don't waste rockets. And it's also going to meow at you saying, well, we don't have enough to go up there. So anything that's fancy like that, just go ahead and load it onto the rocket itself. So I hope that I have helped in demystifying quality for you. And that you found this tutorial interesting. To buy the DLC and support me, do check out my humble link in the description below. And also, my kitties and I would very much appreciate your financial support if you are able to give it. Again, a link to Patreon or Super Chat or membership on YouTube in the links below. So with that, thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.